Hey, what's good today, friends? It's me, Tuomo here from Tahiti. And if you missed your goals in 2024, then here are five mindsets, tools, and action steps to reach them in 2025. So let's get right into it. Number one is don't change the goal, change the process. And what I obviously mean by that is, well, let's put it this way. First of all, I don't think all the goals are meant to be reached. And a little backstory from that I actually do set goals that are so far out there sometimes that I know pretty much for certainty that I'm not going to reach them. But here's the quote that backs that up, and why do I set that? Is that if you reach for the stars, sometimes you land in the moon. And think about that. Like, we often are afraid to set big goals because what happens if we don't reach them? We feel shame. We feel like we weren't good enough. But what if you flip that on its head and said, like, hey, I'm going to set these outrageous goals because in the pursuit of them, during the process, I'm going to get somewhere where I haven't been. And more than likely, by pursuing those kind of outrageous goals, you're going to get further than by setting sort of mediocre or smaller goals that are more comfortable and are probably easier to reach. So that's kind of my mindset number one, and kind of like a pre-intro for this video, why I like to set goals that are not to be reached. And of course, then we need to set goals that are reachable and we're going to reach, or we know that they're going to push us during the process. But the number one key is don't chase the goal, change the process. And oftentimes it's not the goal, it's not the reason of the goal, the actual destination, that we didn't reach it, unless it's that outrageous goal. But in most cases, it's the process where you failed. So think about changing the process instead of the goal itself. Maybe there's something that needs to be changed, the way you attack that goal instead of the goal itself. Okay, key number two is change the environment and the people. And this is really, really crucial when it comes to goal setting and actually that process, as I mentioned in the step one. So the environment is an amplifier of our performance. And when we really can change the environment, or either put ourselves into those right spaces and places that then support the process and support that goals that we have set for ourselves, it becomes almost automatic for us to reach that goal. Especially when that environment includes people that already been there, that already done what we want to do, and we're able to learn and grow with these people. Maybe they can mentor us. Maybe they can coach us for the process that we're engaging, which takes us very nicely into the key number three: is get coached, get coaching, get mentorship, get a support, get accountability that allows you then to really fall in love with that process, really focus on the process itself instead of the goal. Because oftentimes we just think about the goal itself, but when there's a coach, when there's somebody that holds you accountable, that is able to put yourself in place and into this present moment and helps you to focus on the process itself over the destination, it becomes a lot easier to reach that goal, if you will. So focus on the process instead of the destination is something that I hammer in pretty much all my videos and in all my coaching sessions. And that is really a lot easier to do when there's an accountability, when there's a coach, when there's a mentor behind your back or next to your ear, kind of like whispering that all day, every day, is focus on the process and keep putting one foot in front of the other. Okay, step number four is take smaller and quicker steps. And we all hear about milestones and how important is breaking and chunking those goals down, but I think we still don't chunk them down small enough. We still don't put those goals into mini goals and sort of mini milestones that then allow us to get those little dopamine hits each and every week, if not even daily, to make sure that we're following the process and we're on the path we're on the path, on the track to our destination. So think about these. Think about the commercial airplanes when they fly over the oceans or when they fly over the continents. They hit these little checkpoints, these watchtowers where they check like, okay, we're on the track, we're on track, what's the weather, where are we going? They don't fly from one place to another just kind of aimlessly. They hit these little checkpoints, little milestones along the way that holds them accountable and making sure that the plane is heading to the right direction. So do that for your goals and for your process this year 2025 as well. And very last one, number 5, which might possibly be the most important, if there is a one that's more important than others, is undistract yourself. Undistract yourself. Focus really is the unfair advantage of high performance. Especially in this day and age, there is a lot of distractions. There's a lot of things that pulling us to different directions. So how can you this year undistract yourself and put those blinders on for a certain period of time? And it doesn't mean that you have to have the blinders on all day, every day. It's just that you can keep focused on maybe 3 to 4 hours each day into your high priority, your leverage actions that keep that needle moving forward and really pushes you to do the things that you want to do and holds you accountable for the process, as I mentioned. So the focus really is an absolute unfair advantage of high achievers and performers. So that would be, I would say, possibly the number one thing. Even if you don't take any other advice from this video, but you hammer the number 5, the focus point, then I think you're well on your way to making lasting change and getting closer to your goals. So hopefully that's helpful. Leave me a comment below which of these 5 keys really helps you, or are you able to implement all of them, and I'll see you guys on the next one.